Three things with the love intervention.
Right. Welcome to the Three Things series.
In the car.
In the car because we tried to do it outside and it was hot.
The phone cut off.
Phone cut off because overheated. Yada. Da.
And low key, we trying to get away from our kids.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Trying to get away from my husband.
Can't get away from me. So, Three Things series.
Three things series.
Today's installment is three things. No, not three things. 3 pieces of marriage advice we're glad we didn't take seriously.
Right.
So 3 things. 3 pieces of marriage advice we're glad we didn't take seriously. Who goes first this time?
All right. I'll go first this time.
You go first this time.
Okay.
All right.
So, if it don't work out, you can always get a divorce because I was young when we got married.
That was the first piece of advice?
That's the first I'm sharing.
The first piece of advice is... Say it again?
If it don't work out, you can always get a divorce because I'm young and I can get remarried. I can try it again. Second time's a charm.
I'm glad you didn't take that advice.
Yeah, I didn't take it seriously. Horrible
Horrible advice.
How you gonna start your marriage out like that?
I don't know.
If it don't work, by tomorrow.
Right, by tomorrow too, huh? I'm glad you didn't take it seriously because you might have left me.
Okay, what's yours?
You just ain't gonna say nothing about you leaving me? All right, my first one is that the man, the husband, you, sir, should always manage the money. It's bad marital advice. Listen, it's bad marital advice for us.
Right.
Primarily because I'm not the best money manager of the two of us.
In all time.
Hey.
All time.
Somebody asked you, yeah, look.
All time.
So
Lifetime.
I realized, you done? I realized early on that you were a better money manager than me. And if we were going to be,
Why? Because I was paying my own rent,
Yeah.
buying my own food, paying my own bills, had my own place to live. And I was 23 and you were 27? Probably.
Yeah. I don't think they need to know all that.
Probably.
All I'm saying is I realized early on.
And you was living with your mama who paid her own bills and her mortgage?
Are you done?
Probably.
Early on. That
Thank
she
you,
was a
Lord.
better money manager than I was. So if I had taken that piece of advice seriously, we may have been in a little bit of financial issues and troubles because I wouldn't have been listening to my wife.
Right.
What's your second one?
Okay, my second one is don't wear underwear to bed.
Wait, what's wrong with that one?
A saint, a seasoned saint told me this.
A seasoned saint. Was
Told
she wearing a
me
hat? Was she wearing a hat when she told you? Baby,
Probably.
let me tell you something.
She said, I always need to be ready for when my husband is ready.
That was a saint?
That was a saint. She is sanctified.
She told you that in the church?
Holy Ghost.
Was you in the church when she said it?
I was in the
In the sanctuary?
I was outside at the
okay.
church.
Okay.
Baby.
The saints ain't nothing nice, huh?
That wasn't nice.
That's why some of them have 27 kids. My second one is
What's your second one?
always, as the husband, as the head of the house, just as Christ is the head of the church, quote unquote, wear the pants in your family. Meaning that you're the one in charge. Make sure that your wife is submissive to you. Make sure that you tell her what she needs to do or not do.
That wasn't going to work for me. Yeah. I would have got a case.
So, yeah, I knew who I was marrying. So I'm glad I didn't take that one seriously.
Right.
Because I don't believe in domestic violence. But seriously, marriage is about mutual submission.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we make mistakes, or people getting married make mistakes and think that the Bible tells the wife that she's supposed to submit to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage vows say stuff like that the woman should obey her husband, right? So we get a misunderstanding about what that actually means.
But it's as unto God.
Right. So you submit to your husband as unto God. So as long as your husband is following God, then you submit to his leadership. But leadership doesn't mean that you don't get to talk.
Right.
Leadership doesn't mean that
I gotta let you walk all over me.
Right. Doesn't mean that at all. Leadership means that I hear from God, the husband hears from God, he gives a direction, and then we discuss whether or not that's what we agree upon, because we submit to each other in a marriage. Husbands and wives submit to each other. You got to read all of the scripture, not just the ones that makes it seem like the man is in charge. So that's my second piece. Always wear the pants.
Right. So now my third, right?
Your third one. What you got?
Oh, never feed your husband on a paper plate.
What's wrong with paper plates?
Right. What's wrong with paper plates? They have their place. Mostly their place is always in our place.
Especially since I'm the one that washes the dishes most of the time.
Right.
I mean, the kids just started washing dishes.
Right.
Which is appropriate. So maybe now you don't have to feed.
Just stack all the dishes in the sink.
Stack the dishes.
And be like, Gray, your turn.
Yes. Yes. I think that might be a good idea.
That's not
Was that a saint too? Was that a saint that gave you that advice?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
These saints and their advice. Right. So we got one more.
Well, none of them married, though.
Wait, was that your third one?
Yeah.
Oh, so I got one more.
Right.
Okay. So we'll end on mine. And I think it may be appropriate. My third piece of marriage advice, I'm glad I didn't take seriously, with an asterisk, and I'll tell you why it's an asterisk on it.
Okay.
Is don't go to bed or don't go to sleep angry.
Right.
And here's why it's an asterisk. Asterisk? That little thing next to it. You can't say it either.
No, because I almost said ostrich.
Not
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Right. Whatever.
Whatever. Here's why it's there. Because at the beginning of our marriage, I took it more seriously. I took it kind of seriously. And I tried to, I believe that we shouldn't go to bed angry. Right? So we had some disagreements and some arguments, but you told me before you was never actually angry with me. You were hurt.
It was hurtful.
Yeah. I don't know if I would rather have you angry or hurt. I think hurt is worse. At any rate, at the beginning, the first parts of our marriage, I took it more seriously. And then I realized that if you don't go to sleep sometimes and get your head together and come back and try to have a better conversation when it's more productive, that you may never sleep in certain times. Right?
We had some sleepless nights trying to work things out.
We had some sleepless nights. I was falling asleep. You smacking me beside the head, waking me up. I mean, not like that. Don't backhand. Like, the people gonna think you was abusing me. She wasn't backhanding me. I'm grown. But she did pop me in the back of the head a couple times to wake me up because I was getting sleepy. But we had a few sleepless nights and restless days. Right? But we usually get through them more efficiently now. Right. So, those were our three things.
Those were the three things. 3
pieces of marriage advice that we're glad we didn't take seriously.
Right.
Now, here's what you can do to interact. Why don't you leave one piece of marriage advice that you have gotten, that you've received, in the comments.
Whether you're married or not.
Right. Because people tell you stuff all the time, right?
Right.
Especially them old church ladies. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, especially those seasoned saints.
Right.
They always have good advice. Right. So, leave something in the comments. Some marriage advice that you're glad that you didn't take seriously.
Right.
And it'll be an interesting conversation. Well, see you next time.